I remember एक दफा some auntie sent some रिश्ता situation, okay?
अच्छा.
And bio data आया. I looked at it on paper. It was like, Oxford graduate, this, that, settled some whatever. When I met the person, could not talk. I did not last 30 minutes.
Really?
I literally looked at the time. I was like, I'm sorry, I have a flight to catch. I have to go. And I dashed.
See,
and my parents called. They're like, what happened? I was like,
on
never
paper
do
he
this
must
again.
be like.
I was like, on paper it was like, क्या नाम है कहाँ से?
ये तो बना मेरे लिए.
बना ही यही था. और जब वो मेरी शक्ल देखे मैंने की walk.
तो शक्ल पे ना किया
या
conversation?
When conversation zero, like nothing, like had nothing to say, and it was just like a death. And I'm like, I can talk to people, and I was like, no.
I think that is the most important.
It is the most important thing.
To be able to talk.
To be able to,
because you know what, शादी वो वाली चीज़ है जिसमें sometimes you have to talk about the most difficult things.
Yeah.
And really, क्योंकि वो इतना लंबा experience है, if you're in it for the long run, आप जिंदगी में बड़े difficult चीज़ों से गुजरते हैं while you're married.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to converse with each other about these things for it to
I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. But another thing that has been kind of popping up on social media has been a lot of scrutiny of celebrity marriages. Like either they're on the rocks or their relation. Like, I mean, like people are like affairs are coming out, and like 2022 we saw, like I think in the later half of last quarter especially, there was a lot of dhamakas of just everything was just all dirty laundry being aired on social media. What is your take on celebrity marriages? Is it, like, my question to you would be that do you think that because these marriages and these relationships are constantly under a microscope and everyone is kind of viewing them, there's not just these two people, there's almost like 222 करोड़ की आवाम जो है वो 22 करोड़ की आवाम सॉरी आपको देख रही है अंदर आपकी शादी के अंदर और आपके अंदर ओपिनियन दे रही है. Is that one of the reasons, or is it that the nature of your job or the nature of the profession is such that you see so much instability within the industry on this?
Actors are generally unstable because जैसे and I'm not saying this like this is not a blanket statement, obviously there are exceptions, but I think हमारा जो काम है वो it affects your mental health a lot. It's an occupational hazard. Not only because when you're acting you're constantly आप अपने emotions के साथ खेल रहे हो, but the scrutiny and the fact that people have so many opinions about the way you look. Like sometimes you can आप देख रहे होते कि cameraman आपको देख के कैसे scrutinize कर रहा है, director आपको देख के आपके physical appearance को scrutinize किया जा रहा है कि oh she's not looking right or whatever, or he's not looking right, and then everything else people. So I think it does affect your mental health. That's one part of it, but I mean generally I feel that people also sometimes maybe get married because it looks good.
No.
Actors do a lot of
90% I feel I mean अगर ये ना होता कि आपने just on that rush to get married, if that was taken away, that almost that pressure, आपने वो pressure cooker में डालो फट रहे हैं pressure cookers.
नहीं, क्योंकि लोग ही आपको कह रहे होते हैं ना, आप अगर किसी ड्रामा सीरियल में साथ होते हैं या ये वो अल्लाह इनका कपल कितना अच्छा है, and if you're two single people तो लोग तो बोलना शुरू हो जाते हैं अल्लाह इतना अच्छा लगता है ये वो, फिर आप दो तस्वीर लगाते हैं oh they look so good, and that I think
adds to
puts the seed in their mind कि oh what, maybe we should get together because we look so good and because people are liking us so much. Actors in general are people pleasers in that sense क्योंकि हम काम ही सारा दिखावे का करते हैं कि हम दिखा रहे होते हैं लोगों को what we are doing. That is the nature of our job, is to put ourselves out there. So then you kind of get carried away, I think. I mean, I don't know personally, obviously बहुत सारे और मसले होते होंगे, but I have spoken to other actors also, and I feel that a lot of us do feel that maybe it does happen for that reason, and that's one of the reasons why 1 or 2 years down the line you end up seeing such blatant and big problems, and then they're all out there. Maybe that's one of the reasons.
And I think that people just need to kind of scale back on their private lives a little bit, I guess, like just a little bit off of social media, because I just think कि
100 मुंह 100 बातें.
Exactly. क्योंकि वो ही ना कि अब किसकी आप बात सुनो और क्यों सुन रही हूँ मैं, मुझे नहीं पता मैं क्यों आपके घर के अंदर झांक रही हूँ.
End up like putting it out there very early on in their relationship. I would say चले ठीक है आपकी engagement हो गई, शादी होगी, उसके बाद every now and then आपने कुछ लगा दिया, that's fine. But your marriage should be your marriage. It shouldn't be your marriage on social media. Or your family on social media. I think that should be कहीं ना कहीं हर इंसान को अपने अंदर एक लाइन ड्रॉ करनी होती है. वो they can be different levels, I could be quite private, that's what makes me comfortable. Maybe somebody is a lot more open, but they also have to draw a line somewhere. But now you see everything out there, and I think
But
that
also-
does affect everybody.